A little update on the share account.
Wait. Matron, take them away. Oh.
And a warm welcome to one and all. It's your first time here. Big fella. That is the Scruffy trader. And on a Saturday morning, I like to sort of check out what's going on, grab myself a coffee, and update some of my journals, etc. And what I thought I would do while I'm doing it, because as you can see, I've got a pile of paper to the side of me, just been doing a few odds and ends. I'll show you how far we've got into the share account, because believe it or not, it's doing quite well. Not so much monetary wise. And one of the things with trading is everybody focuses on the money. You know, one of my bywords, it's process over money all the time. The money will just look after itself. That's why at the end of every video, I say the same thing. Do what you love and the money will follow. Money's not the driver. The process is. So what's the process that we've been following? Well, the idea was to build a micro account up into something that you can use elsewhere. Now, that might be buying a prop fund. Now, in the sort of prop world, I like the 5%ers. Why? Because they give the autonomy to do what you like, and you can trade multiple products, but you've got to buy into it. But what if you've only got a little bit of money? You can't really just pull out a fortune. Well, the account that I set up, and I showed you it in the last video, you could really start this between £5 and £20. Now, £5 and £20 is not going to buy you a prop fund, you know, because you need to be looking at, well, the basic one is the boot camp, which is €85. Is it 85? €95, I think it is. Sorry. But you've got to build up to it. And then they also do trade the pool, where share dealing. Now, that captured my interest because I'm not big on shares, not very good at it. And I thought, as an experiment, I will do this, and I build up some shares from a micro account and see if we can recycle it into something else. That was the gist. So let me show you. So this is the current state of play. I've got 4 live, as you can see there. So I'm net positive 1583. Now this will make sense in just a second when I show you the spreadsheet. And like I said, don't focus on the money, because if you are, just give this job up, because you're going to fail. And I'll guarantee you'll fail, because you'll make shortcuts. And I see that with a lot of guys that I meet. In the Scruffy squad, in fact, I'll show you just to highlight something. I will show you. Just a second. Come down, because I'm on starting to set these up for the guys as well. I created Wave the Scruff. Now, Wave the Scruff is 40 modules how to trade. Okay, so everything you need is in there. You know, from how to set your charts up, how to do your position size, when to trade, the types of trades, what to do before the markets, what your window of the world is so you can see the big picture, day trades, products, narrow down into a single product, how to mark the charts, how to validate the chart, what your trading arena is, what your anchor chart is, +1, -1, multi-time frame analysis, how you can use a trigger chart, how to draw in zones of interest, how various basic indicators work, Bollinger Band and RSI, because that's pretty much all you need. How to read Fibonacci, how to target, how to stop, how to manage, how to ladder, you name it, it is in here. I mean, all of that, and I'm only up to 25 modules there. And if you keep on going, there is 40 of exactly how to trade And why am I bringing this up? Because the amount of guys that come to the Discord, and it's a wonderful community. We all muck in together, but there's a small element coming looking for the magic pill. And they immediately come to the last part of the module and they'll look for the golden eye strategy. They'll look for how to trade the news, how to use the push strategy, how to use the hybrid river, how to use a golden cross, whip, no man's land, and think that's all they need. They don't look at the rest of it. Then they complain that they lose. The strategy is not the important part of your job. The important part of your job is the management of your trade and your pre-trade homework. The strategy is just the tip of the iceberg. But most traders come into this industry the other way around. They think the strategy is first and the rest of it doesn't matter. That's why you fail. And I can't really get that across any clearer, you know. And it's why I often say, and I do get pulled up by it all the time, and I'll guarantee this one will be pulled up as well, that if you're in it thinking that, just go working McDonald's. Why? You will save money. Trust me. Trading's a hard job. It's a professional job. And if you're not going to treat it like a job, you have no right to trade. You have to earn the right to trade. So, bit of tough love from the big fella. So when I'm looking at this, to me, this is amazing. Whereas the guys who I've just kind of described would think it's a waste of time. But let me show you something. Okay. So that's net positive. All right. Let's just pull over the journal a little bit and see what the results are. Well, if I push this out to the summary here, back in its rightful place, you'll see that it's grown from 118. Now we started this the 28th of November. It's had net profit that's closed of 123, but it's running quite well. It's actually running at 17% up as opposed to 4.3, because this side is on closed trades. On this side, it's running. So it's currently running still 1582. So I think this is pretty darn good. And if I bring it over onto December, you'll start seeing exactly what that equates to. Now, some of these have shut off. As you can see, they're closed and we've been little carvings as we go. Some of them are still running. But out of the 4 that's running, 2 of them are risk-free. Can't lose. And they have got some decent profits in it. So the net process is 1582 in profit, giving me 139.49 growth in a week from 118. So to me, that's pretty darn good. I'm quite happy with that. You know, I've got a running increase of 17%. A closed increase of 4.3, which is still really good. I do cap my bids. I can do a maximum of £1 a share. And why? Well, if you look at the investment, there's £1 a share on that. I only had to put 269 up into it because some of the margins are minimal. You know, these I have to work on. I don't really want to do this anymore. I've put a little couple of notes where I was looking at it. I want no share with more than 25 quid margin. Now, what that means is I don't want to put a quarter of the account up, if you like, at the beginning. And the stop, I really should have them under a tenner, you know. And then that way we can sort of have a little bit of longevity of the account. So a little bit gun-ho at the start, and as you see, it's highlighted there. It's too much to bear. If it goes red, yeah, it's a little bit too much, so I have to be a bit careful about that. But ultimately, pretty darn good. Now, one of the other parts of share trading is this bit. You get paid overnight interests in one thing and another, but you can also be paid interest just for opening up. So let's have a look. Yesterday, I had a bit of a bad day. It was actually went down by £1.68, but our net total is still 15.83. We're still running forward, so that's good. If I just flick this back, and I'll show you something, because as you can see, it's running there. Need to update the interest payments on my sheet, which is what I'll be doing in a second. Show the history, and as you can see down there, you get paid a dividend, and I got paid 78p just for buying the share. Fantastic. Okay, and then there's your long interest. So that dividend outpaid those interests. Fabulous. So what else are we looking at? Well, this morning I'll just be looking at a screener to see if there's anything available. I'll quickly show you what that screener is. You just flick this over. Now I use Plural Real Time to do this, and I've got some default settings made. As you can see, there they are there, and it's very, very simple. So I'm not really doing Forex on this as yet because I can't. I haven't got enough money to open up a Forex trade, but if I did, just need to press that. Well, there isn't any crosses on the shorts, on the long draw, but there's one that's pulled up, so I can just flick that on and go, right, well, there's my chart. That might be a good opportunity. Okay. See if there's any shares. Well, let's have a look, see if there's anything here. So the German market, there's nothing on the German market. There's nothing on the UK 300. See if there's anything. Well, there's the AIM market. Right, so I've got Trident royalties. Well, that looks like a nice chart. You know, you can live with that a little bit. So let's have a little look at this one, shall we? Let me just flick this on. We'll have a little look. Get that flick back over. So if I come down onto my test. So test account. Let's get rid of that. And we'll see if we can find the Trident. Trident. Trident Resort. Okay. Is that it? Trident royalties on here. See if there's another one. I wonder if it is that one. Okay. Anyway, well, let's have a little look, see what this is anyway. Actually, yeah, I think it is this one. So how much does this cost? Well, it's 50p. And it's £6. £6 to get into this. Okay. Now, if I was going to enter it, this is the candle it's based on. You just drop your order in, put it in above it, so it has to come into you. Because I only want to buy these shares, but it would only cost me $6.39 to get into it. What else have we got? So you've got the dolphin. So you can have a look at that. Just click this on here. Dolphin. Dolphin Capital. That is there. That one is 50p. Wow. Okay, this is something for you to look at. This is the Dolphin Capital. Click that over back onto here. And there you go. You can, I'll put my head at the bottom just so you can see all of this actually. There we go. This particular one, it's 50p to get into it. Just 50 pence. But the margin off your account is also 50 pence. So it's a micro account. Oh, well, let's have a look at it. Let's just see what this is all about. Well, there's your monthly. It's come down on a heavy thing. It's pushed up. It's then come down. And then you've got a healthy move from there all the way up to there. You know, that is quite a substantial move in relation. So that can move all the way up to there. You know, that is a fabulous move for the size of this account. And yes, it'll be a couple of quid, but all these couple of pounds add up. Well, what if it doesn't close out? What if it just keeps on running? It might become 10 quid. Well, if you put 50 pence on the line and you got 10 quid back, well, to me, that's a wonderful return. But what happens is, and if I flick on my sheet, I can kind of illustrate this for you. What I'm using this for is to get the balances up, because eventually I allow £1 for every 100. Why? Well, you've just seen the size of the positions. They're nothing, all right? So you can put £1 a position on in this, and it would cost £1 of that margin. And the movement, I could put 5 or 6 quid's worth of sort of investment into it, and then just let it get on with it. Minimal. But I don't want to overstress the account, so I've set it at £1, and until that sort of gets up to 200, I can't increase this because it's capped, and it's capped there. But that'll tell me as this increases, that will increase as well, and tell me that I can increase my bid sizes if I so wish. But at the moment, what I want is a lot of shares, all of them just small, running together. And why? Well, if I come back to this and I show you why, because when they go wrong here, the net will pay it all off. That's the plan. That's the basis of this exercise. So it was just a quick update. In the next few, I'll just do I'll pull the spreadsheet up and just show you where we're up to. But I think 17% in little over a week is fantastic. And as you've seen, we can get to 200 quid pretty quick. And as with most things, it'll snowball, because as the account grows, I can put more into the products that I'm going to be buying, which will naturally increase the proceeds. So there's an account getting built from nothing. Well, next to nothing. Little bit of money. So anyway, so I'm going to enjoy my coffee. I hope that kind of inspires you. If you're stuck, I'm very easy found. Just look for the Scruffy Trader, or just drop in the description below. You'll find all my contact details. And if you're interested in the Scruffy Squad, you'll find its details there and what it entails. And if you do want to try a prop, my recommendation is the 5%ers. And there'll be a 5% discount link down there as well. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.